Hello folks, welcome back to Allotment Shy. Well, let's see now, where are we? Well, we've had the end of the pumpkin competition and the winners have been declared, as you already know. And then I've now entered Pete Trinhouse Giant Onion Growing Competition 25-26. Well, not a great deal happening there. The seedlings are coming up. They could have been planted a lot earlier, but they weren't anyway. So anyway, in the meantime, the plot is looking like a right tip. So the weather forecast says it's going to go down a few degrees anyway, so I've got 1 or 2 items that I'm going to have to bring in, and also 1 or 2 items I need to harvest. So anyway, I'll show you around and let you look at the state of the plot. But don't forget, it's always got to get bad before it gets better. Yeah, always stay positive, don't get overwhelmed. Right, let's have a look. Right, so I'm in the furthest garden anyway, and this is a job to do. I need to trim down here and get some bark along, because it's now becoming very muddy and difficult to traverse before breaking your neck. So so that's a job to do. I've got a bed of celeriac that hasn't amounted to anything, so I'm just going to leave it be until such time I think it'll work, and if it doesn't work it'll come out. Simple as that. I've got a slack handful of parsnips down here, so I can see the shoulders of one down there, so I'm going to have to look at that and maybe bring them out. The fruit cage here, well, yeah, all the things that were growing in here have now come to an end, except for the raspberries. They're still chucking the odd raspberry on, like, but yeah. And over here, right, breaking my neck, so I've got plenty of potatoes. I've got potato pots to empty as well. Yeah, this is my parsnip bed, so the parsnip leaves are now dying back a bit. So, yeah, I've got a few beans to harvest. Let's bring them in. Right, so, any case, so I mean, I could spend ages talking about the garden and stuff like that. So, in all, I've got some sardines to collect. So, it's a right tip at the moment. Right, so let's go in the other garden. So the asparagus ferns are now dying back. One's actually finished. It's got brown sticks. I can cut it down now. So I'll not cut it right down. I'll just cut it down a bit, and then I'll get round with the hoe and give it good weeding. And my brassicas down here, I've got broccoli and I've got cauliflower. So I stuck them in, and let's see what we get out of them, if I get anything. There's chickweed in between the brassicas, and the funny bit is the chickweed is actually the path, so I put back paths down. So yeah, I think they say chickweed is a sign of fertile ground or whatever, like, but certainly I've got to chop that lot down anyway. I'll turn it under. Yeah, I'm just looking here. I've got, this is a lupin that I grew from seed, and yeah, it's getting a bit too big anyway. And also chard that's invited itself to the party. Over here I've got some carrots, a couple of carrots, so I'll be looking at them shortly. Greenhouse is looking. God, Max, you're looking for the mouse, are you? Yeah, the peppers, the chilies. So we've got, yeah, I've got a couple out of it. And this is for Nick, a gardener. Look, Nick, I've got one too. Yeah, so I've got a couple of Joe's long, although they're not red. But considering where we were this year with fungus gnats and I don't know anyway. So yeah, so I've got bits and bobs. So I've got some picking out to do. I've got some red baron. I've got some leeks there. I don't know, I'm just sort of playing around at the moment. So yeah, I've got some depodding to do. I've got 2 of those. And this was the onion bed, which I had covered over luckily. And yeah, again, yeah, bramble setting in, and what do you call it? Chickweed as well, you know. So, but funnily enough, look at that, the weather changed, and then you've got night scented stock. This is a Chinese lantern plant. They're growing all over the place in the garden, so uninvited. But yeah, but very nice fruit anyway. Yeah, and all the trees are knocking off. And these are my onion beds. Chris Evans mentioned a setup similar to this. I know the big growers have something far bigger than what I've got here, but anyway, it needs looking at. I've got carrots in here as well, been going merrily away, so I'll need to harvest them. Place is looking the right tip. The fruit cage here, I'm giving it away. I've got someone who would like to have it, and she's welcome to it. And of course, that's the thing, you know. If you're going to get rid of stuff, if you've got a community, ask around the community first before you take it to the tip or something like that. You know, so I'm going to get rid of that, and the chief engineer is going to make a new fruit cage over the winter for me. Yeah, the water's now off the scale. I think yesterday it was up to there. So a few mils since yesterday. Yeah. So I've got a water tank. So that's going to be a nice. And come round here. There's so much to do. Yeah, I've got water tank. So that'll be a nice carrot tank when I'm finished with it. Yeah, what else have we got? Figs. I've had figs off the fig tree. Yeah. This fig tree has finished. So what I'm going to do is I've got a few things to bring in, like the dahlias. Yeah, the dahlias need looking after. Yeah, so yeah, this was a red cabbage that had its head chopped off and then regrew. And these are all the red cabbages that I've got left. I'm going to have to harvest that lot. I'm fed up with looking at it. They need to come out, so that's another job to do. Yeah, never mind. We'll get there. The Brussels sprouts that were left over from earlier on this year have now come to fruition, and they're not looking that bad at all. So fingers crossed when I come to harvest them, which won't be long. Yeah, I'm just pausing. Something that sort of distracted me there for a moment is looking at these. You see the pigeon damage. Yeah. God, honestly. Yeah, anyway, back to the Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a little harvest of those off anyway. And yeah, these need to be tucked in for the winter, the rhubarb. So I just got all the old leaves away. So I opened it up a bit. So yeah, there's a lot to do. There is a lot to do. But steady as you go, you know, go steady and all that lot. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I've got some beans to harvest, so I think I'll get that done now. And then, yeah, I'll bring you back shortly. Before I do the beans, there, this bed here, I've got Savoy cabbage, so they're hearting up very slowly, but they're getting there anyway. They were put in late, but the kale's looking quite happy. The purple kale's looking lovely. So I'm glad I covered them over anyway. And we've got a volunteer parsnip as well. Yeah, but I'm quite happy. It's just the red cabbages that need to be sorted out. Yeah, so ideally this is what I'm looking for, dried ones. But I'll pick what I can. Yeah, and the ones that are green, well, I'll see how they get on like. But ideally it's the brown pods I'm looking for. But it all has to come off anyway, so green or brown, it's going down. Let's have a look. Well, that's all the beans, the last of the beans, and the bean structure's now gone as well. And I've taken all the bean stems off the netting, because there's nothing worse that you have a brand new season and you get your netting out, and then you've got last year's season plants still hanging on it. So just take your time and take it easy and be patient, and then yeah, and then take it all off and put it away, and that means it's ready to go when you want it next year. And also tidy all the canes away as well. This is only a temporary measure, but yeah. But at least that's one good job I've done today. Right, so miscellaneous carrots. So I've got, what have I got here? I've got some sweet candle, so I think I might have a look anyway. I've looked at them long enough, and I need some carrots at home. So, have a look. Feel around that, let's have a look. Press it down, pull it up. Okay. Carrot's a carrot. Oh, that one's split. That one's split and went everywhere. Right, what next? Not much of a top on that, but let's have a look. That'll do. Let's have a look. Sweet candle, eh? Very chunky. Went in very deep anyway. The box is half empty, but saying that, oh, that's a good top on that. I wonder if it else probably went out to Australia. No, it hasn't. Nice clean carrots, so I've had them covered over, you know, for carrot root fly. They've been in here long enough, and I'm running out of carrots, so that's a nice one as well. So definitely a lot of girth on it. Two in the same, oh gosh almighty. Yeah, two for the price of one in the hole. I do too, you know, and I'm sure I actually cut them back as well. Maybe something that came up later, so there you are, there's another two. And last but not least, I hope this one doesn't disappoint. Yeah, look at that. Got 3 legs. Very odd. But that's not so bad anyway. Yeah, I'll take that away, it's a weed. Right. And then, yeah, that'll be enough anyway. So, don't forget when you got your equipment out and about, you know, when you're taking your things in, don't forget to collect all your equipment back. You know, and then put them somewhere where you'll find them. And then next season, you'll know where they are then, won't you? Well, the beans are harvested and the structure's down and cleaned up and organised. It's just got to be put away anyway. So a few carrots as well. So I think before I pop off, I'll empty a bucket of potatoes and see what I get. I'm not worrying if there's any potatoes in this bed anyway, because I had potatoes in it anyway. Doesn't matter, even if they do throw a shoot up, you're always there to take them away. Have a look. So I'll start taking them in now, or putting them in the greenhouse, and keep the frost off them when we get frost. And look. Okay, that was that. I think I might go and get another one. One more. I'm getting my marching orders from the dogs. They want to go home. Right. Ladybirds slid right away down. This one's Cara. Cara. Got canker on them. Potato. Let's have a look. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting much from the potatoes this year because we had so much. Well, we had drought. We had drought here, and to keep up with the garden and everything, keeping everything watered, it was a bit difficult. All right, I've convinced myself. I'll do one more. Go on, off you go. Go on. I got this one and then 3 more, and then that's all the potatoes out of this garden emptied. And I've just got the other plot. There's a few more there, right? There's a few more in the other plot, definitely. Right. It's looking a bit ropey. I can go out. What we got? And this one is, again, Cara. That's definitely Dove. That's absolutely, well, it's solid like, but it's pitted. See what it looks like when it's been washed. Nope, not a great deal. Never mind. You win some, you lose some. And I'm certainly happy with my single seed potatoes. I'm Steve Digwell anyway, from Philcondo. They're gorgeous. Yep. And it's also filling this box up a bit more as well. Yeah, so I'll give them a water, okay? I'll give them a wash, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Let's get the carrots in the wash. Ah, lovely. Sweet candle. Get that off my hand. Yeah, more than happy with that. A nice collection of carrots there. Very chunky. Very chunky. Very nice though, very nice. Yeah, some odd ones as well. Yeah, and there's a split one here as well, so not everything is perfect in paradise, you know. Yeah, so carrots and a few potatoes, and I've got canker on it, like, but it'll peel as long as the potato is nice and firm. It'll be alright, it'll be fine. Well, that'll be it for just now. It's grey and the wind's a little bit on the chilly side, and the dogs won't go home. So I've done enough anyway. I've got a nice job completed, and all I've got to do now is just give the apparatus and the nets a home for the winter, and a couple of carrots out, and a couple of potatoes anyway. So I'm very happy. Anyway, I'll finish here. I'll see you again. My next video will be about onions. And if you don't know what I'm doing, it's Pete Trenhouse Giant Onion Growing Challenge. So my next update will be about onions. So I'll say bye for now, and thanks for watching.